Fallout 76 is getting its biggest update in years, and it's called Burning Springs. This expansion isn't just another patch or seasonal refresh, it's a true game changer. Bethesda is opening up an entirely new region to explore, introducing new factions and mechanics, bringing the Ghoul from the Fallout TV series, and tying it all together with storylines that set the stage for the future of the game. And the most important thing to know right up front is that Burning Springs launches this December. That's right, in just a couple of months, we'll be able to cross the Point Pleasant Bridge into Ohio and experience Fallout 76 in a way that we've never done before. And so today, we're going to dig into absolutely everything you need to know about this expansion. We'll cover what Burning Springs is adding, why it matters, the lore connections it's teasing, and how this update signals where Fallout 76 is headed next. And so by the end of this breakdown, you'll not only know what to expect come December, but you'll also have a clear picture of why Bethesda is calling this the biggest step forward for the game since Wastelanders. Okay, so to really understand why Burning Springs matters, we need to take a step back for a second. Fallout 76 launched in 2018, and it is no secret that the launch was rough. But over the years, Bethesda has been steadily rebuilding it, first with Wastelanders in 2020, which finally brought human NPCs back to Appalachia, then with raids, Brotherhood of Steel questlines, seasonal content, the camp system overhaul, fishing, pets, and even player transformation into ghouls earlier this year. Each of those updates has helped stabilize the game and kept the community engaged. But Burning Springs is different. This isn't just tweaking existing systems, it's pushing the map beyond Appalachia and into Ohio, which is the first time Fallout 76 has expanded its borders in a truly meaningful way. And Bethesda isn't just maintaining Fallout 76 anymore, they're expanding it. And the timing is not a coincidence. The Fallout TV show has been a massive success, and Season 2 is on the way. This update drops right before that season begins airing, and it's designed to bridge the game and the show in ways we haven't seen before. And now let's talk about the star of the update, and that is Ohio. Burning Springs adds a brand new region to Fallout 76, roughly the size of Skyline Valley, and it's accessible via the Point Pleasant Bridge on the western edge of the current map. Once you cross that bridge, you're no longer in Appalachia, you're in the wastelands of Ohio. The vibe here is immediately different. While Appalachia is all forest, hills, and ruins of small towns, Burning Springs feels harsher, hotter, and more unstable. The landscape is scarred by geothermal activity, cracked earth, vents spewing steam, glowing ash fields, and molten crevices that hint at something catastrophic in the past. Bethesda has said they drew inspiration from Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas for this region. And so that means you'll see more of that classic wasteland desert feel, but with the Appalachian twist of mystery and myth layered in. It's dangerous, it's strange, and it's packed with new locations to explore. And so some of the highlights include the Highway Town, which is the central hub of the region, where players can regroup, resupply, and pick up bounty missions. Next is the Rust King territory, the home base of one of the new factions introduced in the update. After that is Ashfall Mines, dangerous underground zones tied to the geothermal theme. And last but not least, the Spire, the ruins of an experimental reactor that hums with unstable energy, likely one of the late-game challenges. And because this is Fallout, every ruined diner, collapsed highway, and half-sunken suburb has a story. And so expect terminal entries, holotapes, and side quests that dig into what happened to Ohio after the bombs fell. And of course, no Fallout region is complete without new horrors to fight. In Burning Springs, you'll encounter mutated wildlife specific to the region, raider gangs that have carved out territory, and creatures twisted by the geothermal and radioactive conditions. One standout is the Rad Hog, a monstrous mutated pig that roams the wastes. Bethesda has even teased that the Rad Hog might become part of the pet system, so you could one day have one of these brutes hanging out at your camp. And other enemies include region-specific raiders, mercenaries, and environmental hazards that will test different builds in new ways. Bethesda has made a point of tying combat balance changes from recent updates into this expansion, so the fights here should feel more tactical and intense than what we've seen in the base map. And now for the narrative side of Burning Springs is where things get especially interesting. First off, there's the Ghoul. Yes, that Ghoul, the character from the Fallout TV show played by Walton Goggins. He's making the jump from screen to game, showing up in Highway Town as a mission giver. He's going to be the central figure behind the new bounty system, handing out contracts and sending players across the region. And now this is a huge move for Bethesda. It's not just a cameo, it's a full integration of a show character into the game world, and it blurs the line between the two in a way that we haven't seen before. And so if you're a fan of the show, this will feel like stepping right into its world. Beyond the Ghoul, we've got the Rust King, who leads one of the region's most dangerous factions. They're brutal, territorial, and they're likely to be a central antagonist in the new quest lines. So whether you'll end up fighting them outright or navigating uneasy alliances remains to be seen, but they're going to be a major force in Ohio. And the story of Burning Springs itself will likely revolve around what caused the geothermal catastrophe that gives the region its name. Was it an experiment gone wrong? Sabotage? Natural disaster amplified by the war? As always, with Fallout, the truth is probably darker and messier than you do actually expect. And now one of the big gameplay additions in this update is the bounty mission system. And so here's how it works. In Highway Town, you can pick up contracts from the Ghoul. These bounties will send you across Ohio to take down targets, clear out camps, or recover valuable items. They're designed to be repeatable, dynamic missions, so instead of just running daily ops or seasonal challenges, you'll have a more immersive way to keep exploring the new region. And now this is a smart addition because it ties exploration, combat, and progression together in a more organic way. And so you're not just checking boxes for daily scoreboards, you're chasing bounties in a living wasteland, and the Ghoul's presence makes it feel tied into the Fallout universe in a much stronger way. And Burning Springs isn't just a content drop, it's a shift in how Fallout 76 is being developed. Adding a new state shows that Bethesda isn't afraid to keep growing the map outward. It's easy to imagine more expansions in the future. Maybe Pennsylvania, maybe West Virginia's deeper regions, maybe even bigger jumps to other states, and so Burning Springs sets the precedent. The integration with the Fallout TV show also signals that Bethesda wants Fallout 76 to be the live service face of the franchise. And so whenever something big happens in Fallout media, expect 76 to reflect it. And now that's a massive change from the early years when the game felt disconnected from the larger Fallout world. And then, of course, there's the player experience. With Burning Springs, you're not just grinding the same map that you've known for years. You're exploring new ground, uncovering new mysteries, and fighting new enemies. And so that is a reason to log in again, and for many lapsed players, a reason to reinstall. And so what should you do before December? Well, first off, level up your character. Ohio isn't going to be easy, and Bethesda has made it clear this is endgame level content. Number 2 is stockpile crafting resources. New weapons and armor mods will demand materials, and the economy will shift as players chase new gear. Number 3 is wrap up current quest lines. You don't want to be stuck halfway through old content when the new story hits. Number 4 is gear for environmental hazards. Expect to need radiation protection, heat resistance, and high durability armor. And last but not least, form a squad. Like most Fallout 76 content, you can solo it, but tackling bounties and boss fights with friends will be far smoother. And so let's circle back to the release date because it's crucial. Burning Springs launches in December of this year across all platforms, Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. So this isn't a staggered rollout, everyone gets it at the same time. And now dropping in December is no accident. That timing lines up perfectly with the holiday season and the marketing push for Season 2 of the Fallout TV show like I mentioned earlier. And so Bethesda wants Fallout 76 to be part of the cultural conversation again, and this update is how they're doing it. And so that is Fallout 76 Burning Springs. A new region, new factions, new systems, and a release date set for December of this year. This is the kind of update that could bring lapsed players back, hook new ones in, and give veterans a whole new playground to master. And it's wild to think that 7 years after launch, Fallout 76 is about to get its boldest expansion yet. And if this is the direction that Bethesda is taking the game, the future of Fallout 76 and maybe the entire Fallout franchise is looking brighter than ever.